Good.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Adeel Pirzada podcast. This is episode 14. My name's Kevin. I'm a project manager and sales manager with the company. And we have an amazing guest today, and I'll let Adeel introduce himself as well. But we have a
Hey, welcome,
fantastic guest.
welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Adeel Pirzada podcast. Kevin, thanks a lot for doing the introduction. We do have a very special guest today. His name is Ravi Prakash. Ravi is from Edmonton, Alberta, and he got I heard Kevin told me that we're gonna have a bit interview and podcast with Ravi, and then just looking at his portfolio got me really excited because these types of people and these types of entrepreneur that we kind of follow as our role model, and these types of people that we always discuss that we want to bring to our podcast and talk about their journey, their life, their experiences, challenges, and all the success that they have, so they can become inspiration for other people on this road. So Ravi, thanks a lot for joining with us. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you very much, Adil. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me here.
Thank you. Awesome. No, thank you for your time. So we know that you got some commitment, so we're gonna make this very short. In this podcast, we just want to discuss about you. So Kevin got a little introduction for our audience, so I'll let Kevin take over that, and then we'll go into a little bit detail about exactly what you do and how you do it.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah, guys. So this podcast is sponsored by the Pircon Group. We're a commercial construction organization. We do design and build, and we are also general contractors. We build many restaurants, retail, and many ground up projects are coming up on the loop. So I'm glad that we could be here and talk about construction, talk about real estate, which is maybe the reason why you click this link. We have two people here right now. I'm a business and project manager for the company, and Adeel is the owner. Adeel Pirzada, he's the principal and owner of the company. And we come with you every Friday to talk about construction and real estate and entrepreneurship. Today we have such an amazing guest who his name is Ravi Prakash, is a real estate developer. He's a real estate agent as well, and the owner of the Opulence group of companies. They do catering. They have franchise restaurants such as Little Caesars, Pita Pit, Marble Slab, and currently they have a 6 projects going and developments happening right now, including a massive project that was featured on the Real Estate News Exchange. And Ravi and his team and his partners are building a $270 million shopping center in Fort Saskatchewan, which we're going to have many questions about. So we're going to have his info down below if you want to get in touch with him. And welcome Ravi to the show.
Hey, thank you very, very much, Kevin. So I'm glad that I'm here.
Right, right. So how's your Friday? Happy Friday.
Extremely busy Friday. And
Yeah.
now we are towards the end, so I'm glad. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. It's right. Monday, you're ready to go, and by Friday, you just want this, you you would just want to have a little break. So, Ravi, you got a very impressive bio and portfolio. You're a business owner, but it sounds like from the very core. You in real estate, which is kind of solopreneurship at the very beginning stages as a real estate agent, and then it sounds like that you have developed that into multi businesses, restaurants, catering business, and now you're doing your developments and you got 6 projects going, multi-million dollar stuff. So tell us, like, what is the recipe of Ravi here? How do we become like you? What exactly, how you started, where did you start it, how did the journey begin?
So I'm fairly new to Canada, to be honest, guys. Like I came in 2014. When I came to Canada, it was a struggle, which every immigrants they
Right.
face this struggle. So there's nothing new which I have done. So I came to Canada in 2014 as a permanent residence, and I came with $4,000. That was it. That was
Oh
the
wow.
money I came with. So
That's 1 month rent and some
1 month
groceries.
rent, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So what happened is when I came here, I was looking for a job, and my background is hospitality. So I used to work in a hotels.
Right.
So I found a job. I was fortunate that I found a job in OSOS at Holiday Inn Hotel. So I managed that hotel for 1 year. Then I moved to Edmonton. Edmonton is a great city to move, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be very, people, they used to scare me when I said that I'm moving to Edmonton. They are like, oh my God, where you're going? So, but somehow I managed to come here and I started working here. And like a normal citizen, I was working, my wife was working, and she was pregnant with our second baby. After pregnancy, we wanted to, I wanted to do something for her, and we opened a small business, and that
Right.
was my very first store, Peter Pit. We bought that store in a resale. So that store, we worked really hard for that, and Peter Pit on White Ave, it became so successful. After that, we opened Little Caesars, and then many other restaurants, Little Caesar, Peter Pit, Marble Slab. Then we started opening multiple restaurants. So journey started from there basically. But we worked really hard, guys. I'm like, our day used to start at 7 in the morning till 11 in the night, nonstop. So that was our life. But it paid off. So I'm really, really happy that the hard work what we have done, it paid off. And afterwards, uh, real estate side, what happened is me and my best friend here in Edmonton, his name is Lavi Gidwani. We were sitting and, hey guys, we have to do something, because before that what we were doing is we were investing in real estate project on a smaller scale. Hey, you know what, let's put our money, multiply that money, and you know
So
just generate.
renovations, like a home renovations and things like that.
Mainly we used to buy smaller plazas, smaller
Gotcha.
commercial units, and then leasing it and those kind of stuff, and building a
Gotcha.
smaller houses.
Right.
So it started all from there. And then two more gentlemen, Rishi Kumar Mittal and Harry Kumar Sharma, we four are like basically friends, and we are like, hey, why we are investing into so many smaller things? Why don't we make it big stuff? Like, why don't we create something of our own? So we came up with the idea, and we thought like, we will create our own brand.
Right.
So that's how the Opulence Management Corp, the management company, came from. So we have right now six projects currently we are working on for
Mm-hmm.
2023. And the biggest is, of course, Fort Saskatchewan Common. That is the commercial project, all retail in 20 acres of land. And
Wow.
apart from that, we have two multi units, which is coming in Edmonton on the west side, on the White Ave. Then we have another commercial project which is coming in north side of Edmonton. So that's how we wanted to brand it. Fort Saskatchewan Common is one of the most talked about project because of the size, and
Mm-hmm.
because it came in like 40th largest project in Canada.
Sorry,
So
what? It's the 48th largest project?
largest commercial project
Oh,
of Canada.
wow. Wow.
So it was ranked that way. So we are happy for that.
Hmm.
So yeah, that is my journey.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty.
So the Fort Saskatchewan Common, that's the 40th.
Mm,
Is that
yeah,
the one? Okay.
that's right.
Nice.
Is that so? Is that a strip mall or is that like an actual indoor mall?
So it is going to be like a strip mall, but a lifestyle center. That is our goal. That's what we
Right.
want to achieve.
Right. Wow. So you got pretty impressive, like how you came just in 2014, you landed in Canada. And fast forward 8 years later, or plus minus 9 years, not
Mm.
even, and you're already building multi-million dollar projects here and owning businesses. So wonderful. Good on you. That's awesome. You know what? I just want to go actually talk about more. I love construction. That's what we do. So whenever I hear about construction, obviously real estate ends up in construction sooner or later. You know, you got a piece of land, something builds on it. So I want to talk about your projects and this mall and the multifamily. But before I go into that,
Mhm.
I just want to highlight some of the things maybe we can learn from you here,
Sure.
that starting, and what I understand, and we do commercial franchises construction all the time. So we have a lot of clients, and you can call friends now that who are into this business. It's a quite big jump. Like owning a business, which is a franchise, requires, some sort of down payment. You don't always have to come up with all the money, right? And owning that business, going into multi-million dollar real estate, what is the key ingredient you would say that you needed in order to have that jump?
Well, I believe that is if you are meeting the right people at the right time, that is the key.
Right.
And that's what happens because Opulence Management, uh, we are four partners.
Okay.
We are from different background altogether. And, because of the diverse backgrounds, what we have, and we click together, that was the main ingredient. And, at the end of the day, all you have to believe in basically is you have to have a gut feeling that you can
Right.
do it. You have to have that confidence in you that you can do it. To be honest, I'm like, it doesn't need, people think that this kind of project needs lots of money, lots of capitals initially.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. I don't, disagree with that. However, if you don't have a confidence to do it, you cannot do it.
Thank you.
Right.
So you have to have faith in yourself, confidence in yourself that you can do it and you achieve it.
Yeah. Yeah. So have a believe in yourself that even though your legs kind of get shaky and it's like, what really am I? Can I do that? But you got to have the belief and confidence. So whether it's you that you have built that up in the past and your family members and, and your spouse or other people in your friends circle that kind of promote you and then give you that courage, and then writing the meet people, like you said. So
Yeah,
having the belief, and then you come across the people who have the same belief, and then you can multiply basically.
exactly. And that is the most important key, Adel, because
Yeah.
if you don't have the confidence, and to be honest, it's not about the background. I have always worked in a corporate culture,
Right.
and this is my fifth country where I'm working in. So I have started from India because I'm Indian, of course.
Right.
Uh, I work with all the bigger brands, the massive hotel chains. Then I went to France. I did my master's from there. Then I went to US. Then went to Dubai. Then came here. So everything it counts. I have learned throughout the process, like 17 years, 18 years of experience in hospitality.
Mm.
I have met people around the globe, whether it's Europe, Middle East, US, India, everywhere. So I try to learn. And to be honest, I never had a shaky leg or anything like that. I
Okay.
always believe in myself, like, hey, you know what?
Mm.
I can do it.
That's
I
wonderful.
can do it. Because if you don't have that, trust me, I can put $1 million in your hand. If you're not confident enough, you're going to lose that $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, so
100%. Yeah.
first
I'm
thing you have to understand, and you can see in a newer generation, we are confident people. We have the passion, we have the drive to do it.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I know some people have their own source. Some of it is maybe spirituality, faith, God. Maybe it's like they have a drive, they say have a mentor. What do you think that source was for you to have
My
that
wife,
confidence?
my wife,
Nice.
she has always
Okay.
stood by me, and she's like, yeah, yeah, you can do it, don't worry.
That's
It
what
looks
I figured. That's what I figured, that
yeah.
that jump, like you need that support, and then it must be from your family, must be somewhere very close, someone close to you. So that's
Okay.
amazing. There is a saying, right, that behind every successful man there is a woman. So there you go. It's the truth, and we got you as a living example here.
And she is
Hmm.
as hard working as me. Like we work really hard, but still we are non-stop. We don't
Yeah.
care. We
What
have
about
Yeah.
before you met her though? Let's say before you met your wife, when you're like up and coming, traveling the world,
Kevin,
what was that for you?
it has been 18 years. I forgot what happened before.
Okay.
We are talking a few
Rewind.
Yeah. Oh
decades.
wow.
I'm very focused. You have seen the horses
Yeah.
in the race course. They have
Yeah.
this thing on their eyes.
Right.
That is me. So I only see my wife, and she is running with me. I'm running, she is running. No. Well,
That's amazing. That's
I
amazing.
always work in a hotel, and I was passionate from the beginning. My
Mm.
family background, my family, they were in business as well
Okay.
back home. So I learned a lot from my father as well. My mom, she is, sorry, she was, I'm saying, God forbid. So she is a very hardworking lady. I learned a lot from her. So, it was in my blood that we were never afraid of working hard.
Right. Right.
So that's all I have learned from the beginning.
Yeah. So it's like your mentorship that you received from the very early age as from your parents. And then because they're business owners, you kind of get to learn, like you understand this, that hey, you know what? There is only one way to do it. And it's a hard way and it's a lot of work, but that's okay. We can do it. Right.
I will say yes, and I always believe in one thing. Adil, is first of all, people always talk about it. When they go and do this kind of TV shows, they always talk big, right?
Yeah.
That, oh, you have to have option A, option B. If option A doesn't work, you have to, figure out option B. For me, there was no option B. The reason I
Mm.
say that, because the moment you are thinking about option B, that means you're already defeated inside your mind that, hey,
Hmm.
you know what? I'm going to fail at
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
And if you
That's
start believing at the
interesting.
first point that you are going to fail, then you will fail. Trust me.
It's like you're opening the door to failure at that point.
Exactly. Why
It's the
you're
door is
giving that
open.
thought inside your mind that there is option B for you?
Mm.
Because option B always, you are
Yeah. You're leaving yourself in a doubt, and you're keeping yourself for a room for a failure. If you don't have an option to fail, that there is no option, the only option here is winning. I'm not
yeah,
going to back down. Then you're 100%, you definitely will win because that's the only option you chose. But if you leave the two options, then it makes it easier to fail.
exactly, Adil. Because, like I said, when I came here to Canada, I came with only $4,000 in my hand. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was already at rock bottom.
Right.
So there is only one way was there, which is going up.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what happened, right? So I always believed in that. Lots of people they disagree on my point, but it's okay, you know.
Right. So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm good.
Yeah, so if I'm just like trying to rate it, I mean rank it, how and we ask that to everyone, right? Because we want to know what is going inside of successful person's head, and what are the things that have, build them up to get somewhere. And we hear that all the time. We had a last podcast with Victor. He's big in real estate in USA, in Texas,
Mhm.
and for him is the connection, is the meeting the people. So, and his name actually is Victor the Connector. So he has that that what's the sales logo, you can call it, right? For, and then he's become as a connection guy. So connection is a big thing. And then we also hear, that there is other things. So whether it's a support from the family or someone close to you, being very supportive of what you're doing. Also your mentorship, like who are you learning from? And and your experience, like over the
Mm.
time, where do you come from, like what kind of experience did you have? Usually when we hear stories and we see people, someone successful, A, B, C, D person, whoever that is, and we just see it, what they got right now. We don't usually look at their journey, like how they were as a child, and what are the incidents or the events that took place in their life that gave them that certain teaching to be where they are. And it makes complete sense what you're telling. Like, it's the connection, meeting the right people, having a support from your wife, and then having the ability and stamina to go in and not be scared, and believing in yourself. So those
Mm.
are very key learning lessons you shared with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Adeel. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
I,
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your project. So, we know how what was required to make you where you are right now, and knock on wood, you're gonna go into $1 billion and $1 trillion projects. So we back you up on that, and we believe in you for that. A good job on what you're doing already. Um, how do you think so? Like, having like a Little Caesar and Pita Pit, and those franchises are usually, I mean, there is risk involved in business, in any business. So, but those are less riskier. If they goes fall down, fine, it's whatever. How do you assess the risk, and how do you make yourself comfortable when you're doing a bigger project now, like a multi-million-dollar projects that you're working on? Do you think, it's same risky as you saw when you were getting your maybe first Little Caesar and then one of the franchises, or is it you have different way of assessing the risk when you start these businesses?
I think the risk is bigger, of course. There's no doubt about it, because now what we are talking about is a huge, big, massive projects, right?
Yeah.
Uh, However, I always had the confidence, and it's not like I'm just, believing on my gut feeling and trying to do whatever is impossible. It is not like that. We have done lots of homework as well. Uh,
Mm.
we were working with the economic development team of Fort Saskatchewan and Mayor herself from
Mm,
past 3 years, 3.5 years. I was in Fort Saskatchewan from past 7 years. So I knew Fort Saskatchewan
mm,
inside out. I
right.
had extremely great relationship with the city, with the mayor, uh, with everyone there. Basically, I know everyone, almost everyone in Fort Saskatchewan, because at some point they came to my restaurant to come and eat, right? So I know everyone, and I always, used to talk to them, because that was my motivation, that I want to do it. And I got lots of support from the city as well. We have done the study about Fort. We know for the fact that Fort, when I came to Fort for the first time, the population was merely 14,000. Now,
Right.
officially, it is close to 30,000.
Yeah.
But with the transit traffic, because of all the, industrial area, the traffic goes up to like 50,000 every day, because people are coming from outside to Fort Saskatchewan. And now what is happening in Fort is there is a $9 billion project which has been announced, hydrogen plant that is coming in Fort Saskatchewan. The
Oh wow.
future is in Fort Saskatchewan. That is the future.
Yeah.
This city, this small town is going to go bigger. It
Yeah.
is going to go massive.
I think Alberta overall is a
Wrong.
very good province to live in, where the economy is going and how the laws are working out. It's a great place for businesses to flourish, and it's a growing market.
Yeah, because it is underdeveloped, right?
Yeah.
It was never looked after because of the weather condition. People give excuses. But
Yeah.
in Ontario, it is already saturated.
Right.
And British Columbia is saturated. So now the next uh, province which is going to grow is Alberta.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so there's lots of potential here. And I believe that this is what is needed.
Yeah.
The population.
100%. The affordability, even with the price hikes and everything, and the laws, just the laws around even construction too. Like we have worked as a business in many different provinces. I've worked personally, project managed projects in BC and Saskatchewan, well, and Ontario. And Alberta and Saskatchewan are pretty much, actually Saskatchewan is even a lot, on a easier end. They may not even have, some places don't even have bylaws, but working in like BC and then Ontario, like the bylaws over there, for permitting, for building something, for even the construction itself, it's so hard. They got so much red tape, and they got so much rules and regulation, which just makes the process so much harder to get completed. And what I noticed is just like what it makes it actually harder for the new entrepreneurs, for new businesses to come in. It just kind of stops them. So only if you have certain things and you're the big guy, you can only do it then. If you're a small guy, it makes it really difficult for you. So Alberta is
Mm.
actually a great province for the new ones and the new entrepreneurs to enter the market and become something.
That's right. I totally agree with you. And they are very supportive, very
Right.
supportive. You know, even the if you look from the government point of view, they are very liberal. They are like, okay, you know what? We are here to support you.
Right. So, like, uh, what it sounds like, these projects are, so they're still very difficult, and you got the right team, right connection, right support to get it done. But you're not lacking on your homework just because you got everything. You're doing your homework, understanding the market, understanding the area, making your connections with the town, and meeting the mayor, looking at their future development plan, and then sitting down and making sure that everything will work, what you guys are doing there.
100%. And that is very important.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't get me wrong, guys, here that I said you have to have a gut feeling. With gut feeling, you have to do your homework as well. It is
Right.
not only gut feeling that you go with.
I feel it,
Yes,
and let's
you
do it.
know,
I had a dream.
yeah, that is very important because your homework, you have to do this, your due diligence and all 100 yards because without that, it is not possible. This kind of project needs lots of homework in the background.
So how much time are you spending in these real estate transactions? So from start to finish, let's take an example of your 44, 45 unit multifamily residential that you're doing.
Mhm.
How much time is it taking, and how much effort does it involve for you to complete like that?
My whole day.
Yeah. But
I'm
in terms of years, like, so because a lot of people have this, they're like, okay, I want to be something in real estate, I want to become a developer or a builder, and
Mhm.
I want to invest today and get my money tomorrow, and make, and I want to double my money basically.
Mm.
What I understand from construction, it takes time. Nothing happens overnight, it takes time. Maybe if it's a multifamily even project, you got to know the community and know the community people. Maybe there's going to be back and forth with them, telling them what you're doing. So how much time do you allow for things like that when you're doing projects at this level?
So the lie with real estate is marathon. It doesn't happen overnight. This is not a stock
Right.
exchange where you multiply your money overnight and it,
Exactly.
yes,
Yeah. Take the
$1
profit, no
like
risks.
$2 million. It doesn't work that way, right? It takes time, and you have to have patience for that. You have to have the backup for that, that you can sustain. And
Mhm.
in long term, of course, you make money, you make profits, but it takes time. So you have to have the patience for that, and you have to know this game to sustain throughout the process that you can manage. You
Right.
invest and wait.
Mm.
So, uh, yeah, it's not a stock exchange that you can.
Sometimes, so it takes a lot of time, and that's where I think the courage comes in and the patience, that where when you start something, you're not making money right away. You're not making those millions of dollars as soon as you kind of invest your money. There's some time, there's some patience that require that you need to wait out until the project gets completed, becomes successful. So you're not in a rush. You're not there to make a money overnight. You want to take your time and then double up your money,
Lots of patience is required.
right?
Not some patience, lots of patience is required. Me and my partner, my friend, Lovey, we had the sleepless night, to be honest. We
Wow.
used to talk like 4 in the morning over the phone, continuously,
Yeah.
non-stop. So that is what it takes.
Yeah.
You are frustrated,
Mm.
your work is not getting done. There's so many other things, so many obstacles come throughout the way, right?
Yeah.
So it is not only that you have to have a little bit of patience, you need lots of patience in real estate, lots of patience.
Yeah. Real estate is a long-term game.
Yeah,
So,
long-term game, lots of brainstorming is required, lots of, thoughts is required.
yeah.
You cannot just jump into conclusion and get it done.
Yeah.
And many times you are wrong. Whatever you are thinking inside your brain, you're wrong. Then you have to learn from someone that, oh, Adil is right, Kevin
Yeah.
is right. You have to accept that.
Yeah.
So
And sometimes the road, the experience that you get from one project will teach you, so you learn for the other projects to come.
exactly, and that is the learning curve, and we learn as a human, every day. So
Yeah. Yeah, right on. Ravi, we want to be considerate of your time. I know you have to go. You're a busy man. You got a lot of things going. So we really appreciate you for being here. I just wanted to close it off, just a couple of things, and then we can
sure.
end this. I just want to ask you just something for you. What do you think, like, if how can be someone beneficial from this podcast? So what we're doing today right now, whether it's that you want to make an invite to people, I don't know if you have any investment channels where where you invest in these places, where you think this channel right here could be beneficial for you and other people, or whether it's just a message that you want to give out to everyone, that maybe they should follow your footstep, or whatever, they have their own story, how they can be successful in life.
Hey, so in terms of investment, I will talk about the investment because if you go to our website, we have the link there. If
Right.
you are interested in investment, and investment is always welcome because in real estate you need lots of money. So that
Others
is
people
one
money.
part. Yeah, and like I said in the beginning, in terms of learning, guys, start believing in yourselves. Anyone can get it done.
Yeah.
So there's no rocket science here. There's no rocket science. Trust me.
Yeah.
Real estate is not something that you're going to Jupiter or Mars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyone can learn it, anyone can do it.
You know
People
what's really
sound. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
You know what's really interesting, Ravi? I really observe people and business and real estate, and I noticed a lot of people from India and Pakistan are really successful in business in Canada. Really.
Okay.
So like I always wondered, I'm like I always wondering like, whoa, like compared to like other different races, like, you know, I see more Indian and Pakistani like business owners in Canada than there
Mhm.
is would be like a Filipino or like another race. And one thing I noticed just observing is the mindset. There's just a lot of more confident, people that believe in themselves. So that's like one thing I'm observing just from this. And I just had to take note to, just to observe, and that's
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you open a business, whether it's a small business or big business, it doesn't matter. If you don't have any ambition or goal behind it, then you are not going to be successful. And that is the key. You have to have ambition.
Right.
People may call you, you are very ambitious. Who cares? It's okay. It's your dream.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't
People
share
may
your
call
dream
it
with anyone
stupid.
else, right? Yeah, people
Yeah.
call you stupid.
Yeah.
Then that is completely fine.
Yeah.
You have to take it with a pinch of salt. Guys, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing my dream with anyone. So maybe they don't understand me.
Yeah.
It's
That's why
completely
it
fine if
makes
they don't understand me.
right. Right. That's why it makes so much sense to be around like-minded people. So you actually have the encouragement rather than the discouragement. So rather than someone's telling you you're stupid, maybe someone's telling you, hey, I know you did this and that. Maybe you can do something else and even make it better. Right.
Exactly. That is very important.
So that is and you have all those keys, right? So you're that lucky guy and what I learned from you, I always kind of recap at the end of it, that what I am taking home with me, learning from you, just the key things, right? That it's about the confidence. It's about the connecting the right people, being partner with the right people. It's about the support, right? And it's about the mindset that you come with, and you already had those things. So it's not like you created those in Canada, you brought those. And
Mm.
that's what we do. I think that's where what Kevin question is about immigrants. I think usually immigrants have seen the harder and the easier part of the life. They've like kind of seen it all, done it all, so they know what really is like how to not to spend money on stupid stuff and have stupid dreams, and then work on things that would actually take you somewhere. So thanks a lot for sharing all that info. Is there anything else than what I just summarized here that you want to share for our audience or for
One
us?
more thing I want to add, Adil. You have
Yeah,
to have the right partner,
right.
life partner, I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Mm.
100%.
Life makes your life.
Yeah.
That's the key.
100%. Yeah, no, I think it's a very key. I relate my story with you. Honestly, it's a very key. If I didn't have my wife support, I wouldn't be able to do so many things that I'm able to get done now. So I appreciate her all the time. But I'm also careful not appreciating actually all the time. Then she's like, "Oh, it's all me. It's all me." So but yeah, it's definitely a key thing. It's better not to have, I always kind of say that, not to have a partner, a wrong one. You may as well just kind of do it alone, because a wrong partner will actually distract you, will cost you more time and money.
That's
It's better to just wait or be with the right partners that can take you towards where your right potential is, because not everybody is at their potential. Everyone's here, and then their potential is there, but they don't see that it's hidden. It's only can be seen and can only take in place in reality if you have that support and those are ingredients.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thanks a lot, Ravi. You gave us a lot of time. We actually went over the time we kind of dedicated for that. But it was amazing talking to you. It's so
Thank
good to have you here. There's so much learning that we have earned here. And you know what? We look forward to maybe doing that another one in the future. It's maybe we'll have more time and we can discuss a lot more stuff and details. So thanks a lot again. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Adil. Thank you, Kevin, for having me here. And hopefully see you guys soon.
Thank you. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with your projects. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in to the Adeel Pirzada podcast. This is episode number 14. Today we talked about real estate, construction, and we interviewed Ravi Prakash Singh. Feel free to follow what he does. I'll leave his website down below. And also, if you're looking at information on our services, our construction services, commercial construction, design, build, any kind of architecture or city permit drawings, press that link down below, pircongroup.com, and you could learn more about what we do there.
Yeah, thanks a lot everyone for joining in. And I hope that you guys are getting some sort of education and learning from these podcasts and these all the guests that we have on there. They're the true example, that everything is possible. They're just people just like us. And then if they're making it happen in the real world, so can you. So it's just you need to follow your passion and do the right things. Um, I just want to have everyone's attention that you may have some questions down the road. These people are very easily accessible, so we are putting their info and bio into our description. But if you have any questions with someone that that you may want to ask, do reach out to us. Do let us know, and we will get in touch with them. And if you have any questions or if there is something that you wish you should have asked, maybe we can ask those questions on your behalf. And also anyone listening, the new business owners or the existing business owners that are flourishing, that wants to share their story, do join our podcast, and we welcome you all to our podcast, and do let us know where we can share your story with our audience and other many more people to become our audience in the future. We'll have all this for them. So thanks a lot for everyone joining in. Do hit the like button, do subscribe this channel, and let us know if there's any questions.
Yeah, sounds good. And if you want further updates on what we do, actually, if you go to the YouTube channel, I think, and you select one of our buttons, you can hit notifications and press the bell. So you can select receive notifications. Beside the subscribe button, there's a bell. You could actually press all notifications. So whenever we have a video coming out, you'll actually get an update of when we go live, and it'll just be like right away that you'll get it. So that way you could get your weekly fix of construction and real estate for your success.
All right. Okay, perfect. So let's wrap this up. Thanks a lot, Kevin, as usual, for being here. And Ravi, again, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next week. Until then, take care and bye-bye, everyone.